there's my y prime. That is the slope of this curve at any value of x. So y prime is a function of x, and it's actually, I guess it's also a function of y prime. So I need to know, it's not just a function of x, so I won't put that in there. It's a function of x and y, but they give me a point here. They say you don't need to know y prime everywhere, even though this function, well, you need to know specific points because you can't just plug in values of x here. You have to be able to, because it's twisted together, you have to be able to put in values of x and y. So y prime, I can say, is a value of x and y, is a function of x and y. And here, the x and y they gave me is pi over 2, pi over 4. So I can say that y prime at pi over 2, pi over 4 is equal to, substituting everywhere there's y, substitute pi over 4, and everywhere there's x, substitute pi over 2. So cos of 2y is cos of pi over 2. And boy, I should have the graphs of cos and sine up so I can establish that. Here's sine. This is pi. This is 2 pi. This is 3 pi over 2. This is pi over 2. This is 3 pi over 4. And that's sine. And cosine, I better put on a different graph. This is 2 pi. This is pi. This is pi over 2. That's 3 pi over 2. Everybody should intimately know the equations of sine and cos as a prerequisite. So cos of 2y is actually cos of pi. Cos at pi is -1. This is cos. Minus 2y minus 2, now y is pi over 4. Cos of 2x, x is pi over 2. Cos of 2 times that is cos of pi. Cos of pi is, wait a minute, I think I might have made a mistake. I think I did at cos of 2. Pardon me for wasting your time. Cos of 2y is cos of pi over 4 times 2, which is pi over 2, which is 0. Minus 2 times y, y is pi over 4. Cosine of 2x is cosine of 2 times pi over 2, which is pi. Cosine of pi is -1. All over sine of 2x. Sine of 2x is sine of pi. Sine of pi is 0. Plus 2x is pi over 2. Sine of 2y is sine 2 times pi over 4, which is pi over 2. Pi over 2 sine is 0. Did I make another mistake? Sine of 2x is sine of pi. Sine of pi is 0. Yes, I was looking at the cosine. That was correct. Sine of 2y is sine of pi over 2, and that is equal to 1. Plus 1. All right, so it's clear you have to be a little bit careful here. There's, so these zeros are gone. So now we can see that we have a 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom, pi in the top, pi in the bottom. I can multiply both top and bottom by, I'll just make it a little simpler. Negative times a negative is positive, so I have a quarter on the top, I have a half on the bottom. A quarter So a half on the bottom is like a 2 on the top. It's equal to a half. All right, so the slope is a half. So that's equal to the slope. So the slope is a half. So if, I'm going to erase all the work. Because what I've found out is that the slope at that point is a half. So if my equation of the tangent line is y equals mx plus b, I figured out what the slope was, and that is equal to a half. And now to figure out what b is, well, the only point that I know is pi over 2, pi over 4. I can substitute this value in. That's x, that's y. So I have pi over 4 is equal to 1/2 x, which is pi over 2, plus b. I have pi over 4 on both sides. I can minus pi over 4, so b is equal to 0. So the answer is, that for the tangent line, is y equals 1/2 x. All right, hope that helps.